Have you ever felt it? That strange stillness, right before something shifts, like the universe itself holds its breath for a moment, as if someone is trying to whisper your name. That's not coincidence. That's him, trying, once again, to reach you. You've been tired lately. You've been asking for signs, but nothing felt clear. And yet, somehow, this video found you. That's not an accident. It's a call. He's been watching you drift. Not because you don't believe, but because you've been wounded by waiting. You kept faith even when everything fell apart. And that's exactly why he's coming back for you. The truth is, you're closer to your breakthrough than you think. But something important is about to happen, and God wants your heart awake when it does. In the next 45 minutes, you might receive a message, a call, or maybe just a feeling deep inside your chest. Don't ignore it this time. When God tries to reach you, he doesn't always use thunder and lightning. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's peace. Sometimes it's this very moment. So stop scrolling. Take a breath. Close your eyes for just a second. Can you feel that? That warmth? That presence? That's him. He's been trying to remind you. You were never forgotten. Never unseen. Never unloved. This is not just another video. It's the message you were meant to hear today. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment everything changes. Because when you finally say, "I'm ready," he doesn't hesitate. He moves mountains for you. So listen, before it's too late. He's reaching for you again. Don't let this moment pass. Do you remember the last time he tried to reach you? You felt it, didn't you? That moment when everything around you went quiet, and your heart whispered, "Something's coming." That was him. He spoke once, but you hesitated. And now, he's testing what you truly believe. Because faith isn't proven in peace, it's proven in silence. When the signs fade, and your prayers echo back empty, that's when heaven watches the closest. You've been wondering why everything feels delayed, why the doors haven't opened yet, why the answers seem hidden. But listen carefully. God's not ignoring you. He's watching to see if you'll still trust him when nothing makes sense. He wants to know, will you still believe when the miracle doesn't show up on time? Will you still worship when the blessing feels far away? Because that's where true faith is born, in the waiting. Right now, you're standing in between promise and proof. It's the hardest place to stand, but it's also the holiest. He's not punishing you. He's preparing you. Your delay is not denial. It's divine timing in disguise. So if you're hearing this, take it as confirmation. God hasn't left you. He's just watching your strength unfold. Hold on a little longer. Keep praying, even when your voice shakes. Keep believing, even when your heart doubts. Because soon, everything you've been waiting for will make sense in a single moment. He tested your faith, so he could trust your future. And when that moment arrives, you'll realize he was never silent. He was writing your miracle in the spaces between your prayers. So breathe. You're almost there. He's coming. Again. This time, don't let go. You've waited long enough. You've cried when no one saw. You've questioned if the silence meant you were forgotten. But now, you're standing at the edge of why. Every delay, every detour, every unanswered prayer, none of it was punishment. It was preparation. See? You were praying for things your heart wasn't ready to hold yet. You asked for doors that required a stronger version of you to walk through. And while you thought nothing was happening, he was building something behind the scenes, something you couldn't have handled back then. That's why he made you wait. Because he wasn't just changing your situation, he was changing you. Every sleepless night, every why me, every tear that hit the floor, it was part of your becoming. You didn't lose time. You were being refined. And now, that season of silence is ending. Soon, the very thing you begged God for will find its way back to you. Only this time, You'll understand why it took so long, because the blessing you're about to receive isn't ordinary. It carries purpose. It carries power. It carries you, rebuilt, renewed, ready. So when it comes, don't be surprised if it feels familiar. It's what you prayed for, but upgraded by grace. God didn't say no. He said, not yet. And now, it's time. This is your confirmation. Your waiting was never wasted. Your pain was not pointless. He's about to reveal it all. The reason, the timing, the purpose. And when he does, you'll look back and whisper, I get it now. You thought it was over, didn't you? That everything you lost meant the story had ended. But listen carefully. God is not done with you yet. The pages you thought were torn out, He's been rewriting them in secret. You've been walking through chapters of pain, but He's been writing a plot of redemption. The enemy tried to convince you it was too late, that your purpose expired when things fell apart. But what the enemy forgot is that God doesn't finish stories in defeat. Every ending in His plan is only a beginning in disguise. That heartbreak, it made room for healing. That silence, it built your strength. That loss, it cleared space for something divine. You see, you thought it was destruction, but it was construction. He was rebuilding you, brick by brick, soul by soul, preparing you for something you can't yet see. Right now, He's turning the page, and the next chapter, it's called restoration. Everything you thought you'd never feel again. Peace, love, purpose. He's bringing it all back. Only this time, it will last. So don't close the book on yourself. You're not done. You're not finished. You're becoming. And soon, the world will see why God kept you here. Because there's still someone out there who needs the light you carry. There's still a miracle with your name written on it. So lift your head, breathe again, hope again. The author of your story is still writing, and the next line he's about to write will change everything. Your story isn't over. It's just getting beautiful. There was a time when you almost gave up. No one saw it, but you know exactly when it happened. The weight on your chest was too heavy, the nights too long, the prayers too quiet. You looked at the sky and whispered, "Why me? Why this? Why now?" And in that silence, you thought heaven had turned its face away. But the truth is, heaven never left. God was quiet, because He was working. He wasn't ignoring your pain. He was shaping it. Because what you called the end, He called preparation. There's something you need to understand about divine timing. God doesn't waste storms. Every tear, every delay, every betrayal, He uses it all. He doesn't build warriors in comfort. He builds them in chaos. And that's what He was doing with you. You thought you were being punished, but you were being positioned. There was a day when you lost everything. The people, the plans, the peace. But if you look back now, you'll realize something powerful. You didn't lose yourself. You were reborn, because He pulled you out of what was breaking you, even when you didn't understand why. And now you're standing at the edge of your purpose. The very reason He saved you is about to be revealed. Let's go back for a second. There was a version of you who thought small, who doubted their worth, who chased validation from people that were never meant to understand you. That version of you had to die for the real you to rise, the one that doesn't beg for peace, but creates it, the one that doesn't run from pain, but learns from it, the one that doesn't need to be seen, because they finally see themselves. That's who you are now, and that's why God saved you. He didn't save you just to survive. He saved you to serve. You weren't rescued from the fire, so you could stay quiet about how it felt. You were rescued, so you could walk back into that same fire and pull someone else out. That's your assignment. There's someone out there who's where you once were, broken, tired, lost, questioning everything. And when they hear your story, they'll realize they're not alone. they'll see your scars and believe in their own healing. That's how heaven works. Through people, through pain, through purpose. You see, the devil tried to end your story too soon. He tried to convince you that you were too weak, too late, too broken to matter. But God said, "Watch what I do with this one. You are living proof that grace still works, that mercy still finds its way into the messiest places, and when you speak, your words will carry healing, not because you're perfect, but because you've been there. Maybe you're still asking, but what's my purpose? What's my assignment? Listen closely. Your purpose isn't hidden in a job, or a title, or a dream that hasn't happened yet. It's hidden in the way you love people, in the way you choose kindness when it's hard, in the way you keep faith when it would be easier to quit. Your assignment isn't about being seen. It's about serving quietly until God decides to reveal you, because He reveals purpose in silence, not spotlight. So if you feel unseen right now, don't mistake it for being forgotten. You're being protected. God hides what He's still preparing. There's something else He wants you to hear. Every battle you fought, every door that closed, every person who walked away was part of His design. He had to remove certain people so you could find Him. He had to take away certain things so you could recognize what truly matters. And when you finally surrendered, when you said, "I can't do this alone," He smiled, because that's the moment He'd been waiting for. He didn't want your perfection. He wanted your permission. Now that He has it, He's about to move. You might not see it yet, but something is shifting. The winds are changing. The same God who pulled you out of darkness is now preparing to place you where light is needed. This is your assignment, to be a carrier of peace in a world addicted to pain, to be a reflection of faith in a generation full of fear, to be the calm voice in the chaos around you. You've been trained for this moment, through every heartbreak, every silence, every sleepless night. Nothing was wasted. Do you remember the times you begged God to use you? You said, "God, if you're real, show me my purpose." And He did, just not the way you expected. He broke your plans to build His. He delayed your dreams to protect your destiny. And now, He's about to open doors you forgot you even knocked on. So when it happens, and it will happen, don't forget where you came from. Don't let the world convince you that your success is your doing, because it was grace all along. When you speak of your blessings, speak of His goodness. When you walk into new rooms, remember the nights you cried in silence. And when people ask, "How did you make it?" tell them, "I didn't. God carried me." That's how your story becomes someone else's survival guide. That's how your pain turns into purpose. So here's the truth, the final message. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not forgotten. You're chosen, called, and covered. You didn't survive by accident. You were saved for this moment. Because someone needs your voice. Someone needs your kindness. Someone needs your story to believe again. And that's why you're still here. God is not done with you. He's about to send you into the world as a living testimony that even when everything falls apart, faith still wins. So stand tall, breathe deep, and walk into your destiny like someone who knows heaven is backing every step. You're not stepping into uncertainty anymore. You're stepping into assignment. This is the moment everything turns. The moment you stop asking, "Why me?" and start declaring, "Use me," because the pain that tried to destroy you is now the platform that will deliver you. The valley that buried you is now the ground where your purpose will rise. This is it, the divine setup, the holy plot twist, the part where you realize your story never ended. It was reborn. So go, speak, shine, heal, love. Do it all for the one who saved you when no one else could. And when the world looks at you and says, "You've changed," smile, because they're right. You have. You're no longer surviving. You're walking in destiny. You're no longer searching. You've been sent. God saved you for this moment. Not someday. Not soon. Now. Your assignment begins today. This isn't the end of your story. It's the moment heaven begins writing through you.